Hello guys, welcome back to my channel. I am, because I am always super petty, but are you ready for a petty project pan update? Petty. Alright, it's time for another petty project pan update. If you missed the last update, I'll go ahead and throw that up in the cards. And you know what, I gotta be honest, I feel like I might have overextended myself a bit in doing 2-year-long project pans. I of course have my Pan That palette, which is like my favorite project to do of all time. But I had a lot of fun doing this project last year when it was only a 3 or 6 month project, and I thought, make it a year-long project. It's kind of overstaying its welcome, and I don't know, I've got conflicting feelings about it. So let's go ahead and jump into the products, and then we'll get into my thoughts and how I think the future of this project is gonna go. So let's start off with the boring one that you really can't tell, the Urban Decay lipstick. I'm wearing it today. I've honestly been using this very sparingly, though I do think I can see like the bottom of the container in the middle here. Let me zoom in. So I think I technically hit pan right there in the middle, but there's still a decent amount of product in here. It's a good product. I don't want to swap it out. I do enjoy it when I use it. The trouble for me is still just getting myself to actually reach for this, especially since I really have not been doing a whole lot of makeup lately. The downside of this product is that it's a really pretty color when I have a full face of makeup on, but when I don't have any makeup on, it's a little too dark. It's a little too stark on my face, and I really have not been wearing a whole lot of makeup. And when I am wearing makeup, it's not a full face like this. Like I've gone back. We had another like heat surge happen. I'm not happy about it at all. But now it's actually cooling down. Now that we're finally in September, I think it's finally cooling down. Maybe we need 1 or 2 more thunderstorms to come through and just really break us out of like that late summer heat. But it's just been gnarly, and I'm done. I'm done. I'm ready for spooky season. Come on. Let's get it spooky. Okay? Please. Anyway, that being said, I feel like this is just something that's going to stay here until I can finally finish it up. And you know what? This is going to be like a perfect fall, winter kind of thing. Honestly, I think as soon as it starts getting cold, I'm going to be reaching for this so often, and it'll probably go like that, I feel like I timed this probably not great. Because I'm also thinking now, I think last year I did my petty project pan like the end of the summer through the end of the year. So also thinking about timing for me. I'm realizing these things as I go. But yeah, so technically pan, so there's a little bit of progress, kind of. All right, moving on down, we've got the NYX Glitter Glue. So it's not done yet, but I did cut it open. I like these tubes because you can cut them open and really get all of your product out. So I've got like a few more uses left in here. I've been scraping stuff out of it for quite some time. I would put it up to the camera, but I doubt you'll be able to see inside this little itty bitty little tube. But there's like, if I use it all over my lid, there's probably about a week's worth of use in here. If I only use it to do a little bit of glitter on the lid, it's probably a lot more than that. But again, I don't think it's going to be any issue in me finishing this up. I really just want to finish it because I already bought a backup, so I've already got a brand new tube sitting in here. And these last forever, which is a great thing, product-wise. It is a really good glitter glue. It's the best that I've tried, and I've tried higher-end ones, and I've tried cheaper ones. The NYX one is just the best. So we're almost there. Probably the next update, I think. All right, so let's get into kind of the meat and potatoes of this video. I finished this. So this was the, let me just throw it. So this was the Too Faced Shadow. This was the shade Luscious from my Too Faced Sweet Peach palette. And, I don't want to swap anything in. I think that's the future of this project, is that the products that I have in here, that's it. And once I finish them, I'm going to call that the end of the project for the year, because I finished this. And to be frank, like trying to think of doing this and Pan That palette getting into like the home stretch, I was kind of stretched a little bit thin, especially since I know I've got a lot of travel plans, got a lot of family things coming up at the end of this year, that it was kind of stressing me out. So I finished this, and I'm not going to swap anything in. So I'm going to call this a win, because I was able to get a lot done, but for this and the product before this and the product before that. But I was stressing myself out trying to pick another product to bring in. And it's like, I don't need to do that. I've already done quite a lot in just this year alone. So, I'm happy of my accomplishment. And I think I'm done swapping in new products for this. So that being said, I've got 2 more products left in this project. And both of them I repressed recently. So this is the not Dior. Force of habit. This is the Mary Luminizer highlighter. I did repress it. In the last update video, you can see that there was like a huge pan in the middle, and it was getting hard to kind of put my big fluffy brush in it. I repressed it, and it's been beautiful still. I think it's a little bit lighter now that it's repressed. It was a little bit more hard pressed before, now it's a bit lighter, but it's still a really pretty highlight. I've got it all over my face today. It's beautiful. And I think, considering how loose it kind of became after I repressed it, I think I'll hit pan again pretty soon, and I don't think I'm gonna have any trouble using this up in the next like a month or two. And last but not least, in the last update, I swapped in this product. This is the Kevin Kwan mini contour shade. So I just repressed this like this morning. It's still a little bit wet. I'll throw a before picture of what this looked like before. It had a really big pan in the middle, and it was hard for me to use because I use a skinny contour brush, and like the majority of where that brush was getting dipped into the pan, there was no product, and so it was kind of a pain in the butt. So I repressed this. I'm gonna leave it out here to fully dry overnight. But I'm excited. This shade, I forgot like how nice and natural it looks on my complexion. It's just really, really pretty. So this is actually a product I'm excited to keep using and finish up, which was the whole point of this project, to feel about that for all the products. But I feel like I prefer those smaller products. I feel like outside of my Pan That palette, I thrive at like a 3 to 6 month project, and I need to stop overextending myself just because I think I can. I am an overachiever, overworker. I tend to do this to myself a lot, and I'm trying to learn not to do it as much. But like looking back, I realized I did the same thing in like 2019. I did a Pan That palette, and I did a year-long like 9pan 19 project. And at the end of it, I said I hated it, and I didn't want to do another year-long project with my Pan That palette. And I guess I just completely forgot that lesson that I already learned in 2019. We're doing it again in 2022. So A, I need to go back and look at my older videos, maybe just review some things just for my own edification. And B, I need to not overexert myself and just do like fun, shorter projects, which is where I started. You know, my first project for panning was like a drop 10 before summer. And I love like those small themed kind of projects. So I would like to get back to doing those and a little bit less of like these big kind of momentous long-term projects. So that is it. That is it for this petty project pan update. Let me know what you thought of it down below, and let me know what's the last product you petty finished, or finished, just overall. Thank you guys for watching, and I cannot wait to see you in my next video. Bye.